Hello, welcome to this new interview of our mentorship program, Homes2Flip Mentorship. Today we have the pleasure and the privilege of interviewing one of my students, one of my current students, Mr. Masunda Bundu. Masunda has been in the program for some time now, for a few months, and he's learning the ropes and the steps of becoming a real estate investor here in Massachusetts. And today we have the honor of being able to interview Masunda so that he can share with us his experience and also his willingness and his plans about his real estate investment company and his real estate investment future. Hi, Masunda, how are you?
I'm well, friendy. How are you today?
I am doing super wonderful. Thank you so much for giving me this interview.
I'm here, so let's get it going.
Excellent, excellent. So, yeah, so we try to do this interview sometimes before, and we finally got it done today. So this is great. I thank you. I really appreciate it. So Masunda, let's get into the subject right away.
I thank you too.
Are you excited? Let me pump you up.
I am super excited.
Let me pump you up the same way that we do in the.
I am super excited.
Super excited, right? So Masunda,
right.
Could you please share with me, with our students, and with the people watching this interview on our YouTube channel, could you please share with us a little bit about your background, where you're coming from, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, when people ask me, about me, I tend to not have a lot to say, but I will tell you.
Please.
I am a father, I am a husband, and I have children and grandchildren. I went to school. I'm a computer science major. I worked a little bit in the industry, in the computer industry, but it wasn't really what I wanted. I'm not really a corporate guy. So I decided to move into a different industry where my movement are not, how would I say this, commanded by somebody else. Okay, I like to be on my own and so on. So I went into the.
That's an entrepreneur. That is the entrepreneur spirit.
Exactly. So I like to be an entrepreneur. So finally, I decided for the transportation industry at the beginning.
Okay.
Because it was the easiest one to get into. So I've been a limo driver, a cab driver, and I'm still in that business as of today.
Okay.
And I am trying to transition into real estate because real estate is my passion. I just didn't get into it early in life for the reasons you call life happens. But today, after a lot of thinking and so on, I came to the conclusion that I needed somebody to take me by the hand, because at this point here, I don't have the time luxury to make mistakes or anything like that. I need somebody that is knowledgeable to take me by the hand, to show me the ropes, and so that I can produce as quickly as possible.
Excellent. And Masunda, so now that you share that with us, right? So you were in the transportation industry. You also have a computer science background, so which means that you are into the technology side of it, right? So will you please tell us what's your big why? Your big why. Why do you want to become a real estate investor?
Well, when we talk about real estate, we usually talk about money because we have a lot of things. I have a big family. As I told you, I am a father, but I'm also a grandfather. So my family is expanding. And the needs are big. So one of the reasons is my family and the ability to be able to create a legacy that future generations can really rely on for their own benefits, basically. That is one of the aspects of my big why. The second big why is I have a lot of other dreams that I would like to be able to act on. And in order for me to do that, I will also need money. It is that simple. I walk all the streets. I see people, I see problems around me and so on, but I cannot resolve them. I don't have any impact. If I see somebody who's hungry, I cannot feed them because I don't have enough for my, even, for myself or my family. I want to be beyond that. I want to be somebody with an impact on anything that my heart desires. So, and I see a way here to get there as quickly as possible.
Yes.
Those are my whys.
So your big why, I recall when we first met to discuss about you joining the mentorship program, and I always ask the people about their big why. Why is it that you want to join, become a real estate investor? And I recall that you mentioned about creating generational wealth to pass on to your children and also to your grandchildren.
That's what I call legacy. Yes.
Exactly. Yes, which is a beautiful cause. But besides that, I recall that you also mentioned me this beautiful story that happened to you back in your, back in the old country, about the kid that it was, asking you for some food. I recall, right?
Yes.
Like a sandwich or something. So I recall that at that time you mentioned that you want to create an impact, on those that need help, on those that don't have as much as we do, so that you can give back to the community, give back to society in one way or in another, right?
Yes.
That's a beautiful cause right there.
It was I wouldn't say it was a shock to me that I could not do anything for that kid, for that child. I could not respond positively to ease his pain.
Wow.
And that will stay with me until I am able to alleviate other people's pain.
Yeah. And of course, you understand that real estate investments could be a vehicle to help you put that little bit of help back to society, give a little bit of, give
exactly
at least a little bit back to society.
Exactly. To feel that helpless and powerless. I want to take it out of my life. I want to be able and have the power to do it.
Of course, yeah.
To give back, to help, to impact someone's life positively.
Of course, yeah, that makes total sense. And once you decided to become a real estate investor, right? Once you made that decision, you say, okay, I've been putting this on, for so many years that I want to become a real estate investor. So now this is it, no more delays, no more procrastinations, no nothing. Let me just close my eyes and pull the trigger and move forward and take the jump of faith, the leap of faith into that ocean, which is real estate investment. So when you made that decision, Masunda, what was the first thing that you did?
I called you.
Ring, ring.
Yes.
Ring, ring.
Yes,
so
I called you and I said, I'm ready. And that's how we are here today.
Because I don't remember exactly how we met the first time, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that you came to one of my real estate investment seminars with a friend. And then we continued to follow up throughout time. And at one point, I believe that I invited you to one of my rehab tours that I do with my students and friends that want to learn.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was in Dedham. I remember.
Yes, the seminar was in Dedham. The rehab tour was in Norwood.
Or maybe Norwood, but to me, it appears to be either Dedham or Norwood, but I still know the street and I still know how it was. So I participated in that tour. I think that I still have pictures on my computer somewhere.
There you go.
And by then I was already decided. I was just sort of cleaning up my own life for me to give room to that. So now when I became able that I can do this, because I have spent also money in other things, thinking that it would be that, it would be this, but upon evaluations, I thought that education will take me there, and your program will take me there, because it was very powerful to see what you were showing.
What would you say was powerful about the mentorship program?
When you participated, I participated in it. I think it was either Norwood or Dedham. You gave the truth. It was not, okay, you go out there, you're going to get your property today, you're going to, become rich tomorrow. No, you gave the truth. Actually, that house, I think that you've been card mailing that person for years. And yes, it was for years. I think it was 3 years. And so the truth is better than anything else. So you were not giving people stories. And I start looking at it, and I start saying, well, maybe you can do that for 3 years, but sometimes but there are other people also, and then maybe the timing could be different and then you wind up with 2 or 3 like that in a year.
Yeah.
So it started making real sense to me. And I also looked around, and it really started clicking for me. So when I finally made up my decision, it was because you were accepting to take me by the hand, basically.
So it's like a one-on-one coaching program, right?
Yes. That made me feel like that made me come to the conclusion that this is it for you. Do it, however long it takes, however much it's going to cost. Because the reward of satisfying my why in a very great way basically outnumbered any other reasons or not reasons to do it or not to do it. So the reward that I'm looking for is nothing compared to what it's going to cost me.
Yeah, absolutely. And once you decided that now this is the time that you're going to get into real estate investments, and you started learning, which is the first step that I tell everybody, the first thing that you need to do is to get the education, get the training, learn the business first. So once you decided that, now that you're becoming a real estate investor, which areas or what areas of real estate investments you decided to focus on? Are you going to be doing flipping houses, like buying, renovating, and selling houses? Are you going to be doing wholesaling, which is finding the houses, putting them under agreement, and then assigning that contract to someone like me, like a cash buyer? Or are you going to be doing buy and hold, where you buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and so basically like a buy and hold? What is it you're going to be doing, Masunda?
I am going to be doing the first phase of this adventure into real estate is going to be buy, repair, and sell, meaning that flipping.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
Welcome to the club, Masunda.
That's what I want to do. It's my first phase.
Why? Why flipping
in
houses?
life? You have
Why flipping houses?
because
Masunda, do you need a bunch of headaches in your life right now?
no,
Why,
I don't need
why
to.
flipping houses then?
Flipping houses allows you to build up your capital for anything else you're going to be doing.
Tell me more about it. Tell me more.
If you do well in a few flips, and that can amount to freeing your time very quickly.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm able to replace my income in 1 or 2 flips, all the time that I'm spending driving, for example, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I can now actually do more with my time. I can research more properties.
Yes.
I can evaluate other stream of income in real estate.
Of course, yes.
But if you don't have that, how do you get to that? So I believe that for me, and I don't know for everybody else, but for me,
Mm-hmm.
in the position that I am today, flipping will be the first phase.
Perfect. So flipping houses, right?
Yes.
So you'll be buying, renovating, and selling.
Selling.
And selling.
Yes.
How would you say can you share with us now, how would you be finding your first deal, your first house to buy, renovate, and sell and flip?
Well, to buy something, renovate it, and selling it. Renovate means that you're going to be looking for those houses that need renovating. I believe that there's a lot of them out there, because I drive everywhere, as I told you. I see them.
Mm-hmm.
I see houses that are run down. So I think there is something there for me. It's not a dream when I drive and I see them.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I see many houses being renovated.
By whom? By whom?
By just people going around, putting up boards, bringing in trucks and things. I see them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm saying, okay, I gotta be one of them. So it's as I said, faith, but things are starting to appear. And because they're starting to appear, it's starting to be truer. It's starting to be real,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry to
You were
cut
going
you
to ask
off.
me.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you remember how many houses did we find during our first meeting driving for dollars? Like driving around?
I think we found 2.
2 houses down the street
Yes,
from our meeting, right?
Exactly, yes.
So how
And
do you think that we find those houses?
how
do you think that we found those houses?
Just driving around.
Driving around, looking for them, right? Driving around and just looking for those houses.
Yeah, driving around, and not long after that, I try myself to look and be able to, because when I'm driving, usually I'm not by myself, and so it's difficult to stop and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are many of them around. There are many of them around that in a very nice neighborhood, and therefore the potential that one of them be a deal for me is there.
Exactly.
It is there.
And don't forget, I'm sorry to cut you off again, but don't forget that what I teach my students is that every single time that you find a very ugly, nasty, distressed, abandoned, boarded up house, with overgrown trees and shrubs, so dirty, like falling apart, you did not find a house. What you found was a potential to $100,000 profit. So when
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
driving around, don't say, "Oh, there's an ugly house. Oh, there's an abandoned house. Oh, there's an boarded up house." No, you just found $100,000, $100,000, $100,000. That's the
Exactly.
that's the mindset that you should have every time that you go out there driving for dollars. Think
Exactly.
about the profits that each one of those houses is going to bring to your pocket, to your bank
Mhm.
account. And
Exactly.
if you don't follow through with those houses that you just found, someone else will.
Yes.
And if you don't become aggressive and proactive and go after them to pick those $100,000 and bring it to your bank account, someone else will.
Exactly.
Yes. Sorry to cut you off. You can
Yeah.
continue.
No, that has that has actually become a little bit more difficult for me to just drive because
Just drive.
because you see a lot of these. They are not just a few of them. There are a lot of them,
Of
and
course.
therefore the potential is there for one to make money. And
Once, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
so I recommend to everybody to jump in and to get the mentorship they need, as I need, for their dreams to come true. And I believe that my dreams are coming true.
They
And I
will
believe
be
that this year is my year.
This is your year, Masunda. Of
Yes.
course. So once you find this house, right? Once you're driving for dollars or you're doing just networking and so on, once you find this ugly, distressed, abandoned, boarded up, falling apart house, how would you negotiate this house? I mean, what steps are you going to take in order to locate the owners and also to negotiate the purchase price with the owners and put this house under agreement?
But there is basically a way, for you to find out who the owner is.
Mm-hmm.
And because a house in America is basically something standing there, so it has records. So you can go and research who the owner is,
Mm-hmm.
and you can once you have found the owner, you can contact them,
Of course, yeah.
by letter, and if you have many of those, then you send out many letters to many owners.
Mm-hmm.
And if when they respond, you have to be ready. If they respond positively, you have to be ready to make a deal. So in order for you to make a deal, you have to inspect, set up an appointment to inspect the house.
Yes.
And you have to be ready to do a thorough inspection.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore you have to have the tools for that inspection ready.
Yep. Exactly.
So the only thing that may be of an issue is that because you're going to be dealing for whoever accepts to have an appointment to inspect their house ready, it's going to be the human factor. You may find people that are sociable and too sociable, and you may find people that are aggressive and they're going to try to take you by the nose or whatever.
All the above.
Exactly, all of the above, and you have to be able to adjust
Mm-hmm.
your own personality to their personality so that you can get along. And because in some places, as we said, the houses can be beat up, so the inspection must be really thorough and may take some time, and some people may be impatient and things like that. But because you are the one offering them something, you don't need to feel intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to keep your focus and adjust to those that like to tell stories and those that like to step over you. You show them that you can step over them too. So
Yeah.
and so on and so on. So you have to be you have to walk with assurance in your own abilities.
And also always
And then
the form.
you do. Yes, you at the same time you do what you have to do. You inspect from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You inspect every corner. You take notes about every corner of the house, everything. You look at the systems. You look at the foundation. You look at the electrical, the heat and air, and you look at the plumbing. You look at the beams. You look at everything. And if there's any issue, take note of that and all that, because that assessment of yours is going to determine how you're going to structure the price.
Correct.
If at all you're going to want to buy that property.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yes, that's the way.
So you have to be thorough.
Yes. And what if you get to that point, right, and you are able to put the house under agreement with these home sellers that decided to accept your offer? What problems usually do you think that we solve by bringing our services of buying houses to these homeowners? What solutions do you think that we provide them by buying their house, their ugly, beat up house?
Well, I think homeowners I mean, there's a lot of different categories because homeowners, some of them may not have the money to repair the houses, and they actually want to get rid of the house because it's too much for them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are facing foreclosures. Some of them have probate issues, meaning family issues and all that. They need to sell because, it was an inheritance and things like that. Some of them live outside of the state and the house is just crumbling down. So there are many, many issues that our buying their house is really bringing them the help they need for them to get out of the situation they are in.
Of course.
So the other face of this business is that you are actually not just buying the house, but you're resolving an issue, underlying issue.
Yeah.
So you must feel good about yourself.
Of course.
Regardless, yes.
We are bringing a solution to a family that is on distress. It could be the house is physically distressed. It could be that they are financially distressed, due maybe to an illness in the family. Maybe they lost their income through losing their jobs, and so on. So here we are providing them solutions, bringing them the peace of mind so that they can start over, with a good jump start. That's basically what we're doing.
Exactly.
So it's a great service to the community. Now, my question to you is, usually, for how much do we buy these houses for?
50 cents on the dollar.
How much? How much do we buy these houses for, Masunda?
50 cents on a dollar.
50 cents on the dollar. So that means that for each dollar, we only pay about 50 cents on the house, right?
Yes.
How about if you cannot find a house that is 50 cents on the dollar? How about if the house is 52 cents on the dollar? Would you still buy it?
Probably yes.
How about 54 cents, 57 cents?
Well, I'm going to look at the numbers. If it starts eating up in my profit, I may decline.
Yeah, I agree. However, the goal is to buy houses at 50 cents on the dollar, and that's what we mostly do. However, sometimes it doesn't happen. You can go to, whatever makes sense financially to you.
Exactly.
So that's the goal, to buy houses in Massachusetts at 50 cents on the dollar, basically have a price, which is a huge discount.
Exactly. Yeah.
How much do we sell these houses for once the house is beautifully renovated? How much do we sell these houses for?
Most of the time when we renovate a house, it is more beautiful and more up to date than the houses around them. So we sell them at least at market value.
At least the market value, right? And with this beautiful market that we have, where there's no inventory and
Yeah,
houses are so expensive, so we sell these houses generally for for way over asking price.
yeah,
For the
exactly.
most
Yeah.
part, yeah, for the most
Mhm.
part. I the last house that I sold it for one of my students in Woburn
Mhm.
just a few weeks ago, and we sold the house 45 minutes after the open house for over asking price.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how we do it, Masunda. So
We want to get there soon.
you will get there soon. Now we want to. We will get there soon, Masunda. Give that affirmation to yourself, okay? Masunda Bundu
Yes.
will do a flip
It flip this year.
this year. Yes,
That's right.
I like it. I
Soon.
like it.
Yes.
So after everything that you have been learning, right, from our mentorship program, what would you say is the hardest part, the most difficult part of real estate investment so far?
Maybe because of my age, maybe because of things that I've done. I don't know to say the most difficult thing. The
Mhm.
most difficult thing is really keeping up with the program.
Keeping up with the mentorship program.
Keep, yes,
Okay, can you
because
explain why?
I could get all the excuses. I can get all the excuses that life brings.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody's sick in my family. I gotta go see my mom. I have issues and this and that. I gotta work so much. I don't have the time, but the mentorship program itself is not an issue. It is, as far as I'm concerned, I think that it's advancing fine because it's well structured, and I see what people are doing. I'm not looking at something intangible like a theory or something.
Hmm.
No, I'm looking at something that's tangible. I went on those drive for dollars. I saw the houses. I researched them, and I found the owners and the addresses and things. It's not what they say usually rocket science, but it's you have to do it.
It's
You
a
just have to
system.
do it.
It's a
For me,
system that
it's
you learn
for
on
me
the
it
fly.
yeah. You see, because I've worked all my life, so I don't. There's nothing hard for me. If you told me to go, maybe do the snow or things like that, yeah, that'd be hard because I don't want to do physical work
Of
anymore.
course, of course.
But if you're asking me hard in the sense that of the program itself, I don't think there's anything hard.
Hmm.
I think that it's the human condition that is hard.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
So
you,
for
you know.
you, so for you, Masunda, the hardest part is taking action, like stop
Yeah.
procrastinating, leaving everything for
Yes.
yesterday,
Yes.
and also avoiding interference from other sources, from outside distractions. So that's the hardest part.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Especially
Exactly.
when we're getting started in this business, that we are getting everything structured, that we're learning the systems, applying the systems, and so that we can see results, so we can see satisfactory results at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, so I agree
Hmm.
with you. Yeah, so that's on your personal. Now, my question to you is, how about in the business itself? What do you think that you already know what will be the hardest part for us in this business as a real estate investor?
I used to think. I used to think that money would be a problem. I used to
Me
think
too. Me
that
too.
lawyers would be a problem. I used to think that contractors would be a problem because I see some people, maybe I can talk to them or something like that.
Hmm.
But this mentorship program assures me that they have this apparatus So that kind of frees up a lot of questions in my mind. Answers a lot of questions in my mind, because if somebody says, okay, money is a problem, okay, here's money. You will see the people that are saying that money is a problem.
Yes.
They would not know what is the next step. So it's really not money. You know what I'm saying? I've done this exercise, because a lot of people that want to get into real estate say, oh, I don't have money. Okay, don't have money. So what are you going to do? I'm going to go look for money.
So you're telling me that you don't have $500,000 to get invested in real estate? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. but I have asked that question, and I know that there are basically ways where you can get it.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Of course, Masunda, that you don't need $500,000 out of your pocket to invest in real estate. Of course you don't.
Exactly. So that means that there are ways, but some people will go kill themselves trying to get $500,000.
Exactly.
So, but there are people that have $500,000 and that are looking for you to take it from their hand so that you do the deal, so that they make the interest and things like that. Now, if somebody can put you in touch with these people and they are willing to take a chance on you, buying the house, renovating and paying them back their money, now you have resolved the issue. You understand? I am assured by the mentorship program that that is done. Therefore, I don't have that problem anymore.
So that's not the most difficult part.
No, that's not. As I am telling you many times, the most difficult part for me, I've been working for myself, by myself, for the last 20 years.
Okay.
Do you know, a self-employed person pushes themselves. They don't have a boss telling them to show up.
Yes.
So for me to show up is not an issue anymore.
Yes.
I've decided to do this program. I've decided to do this. I will do everything in my power to be present at every meeting, at every direction that you tell me, show up here, show up there, and all that. I will be there.
Of course.
Because I know within this year, there will be results.
There you go. That's the affirmation right there.
Right?
That's the affirmation.
Yes.
So in this business, just so you know, so in this business, based on my experience and based, on the experience of my, friends that are in the business, is finding great deals, finding great deals to buy, renovate, and sell and make a lot of money. That's the hardest part. Doing the marketing is easy. Finding houses is easy. Getting the financing to buy and renovate houses is easy, and selling the house is easy. Finding great deals, not good deals, because as I tell everyone, we do not do okay deals, we do not do good deals, we only do great deals. Okay. Now, finding those great deals is the hardest part. And so in my opinion, that's the hardest part right there. So what would you say is the easiest part of real estate investments? The easiest part.
The easiest part?
Yes.
I think the easiest part is I'm not even sure if there's an easiest part. I think when you have done a deal and then now it's time for you to cash your check, that's the easiest part. If you've done everything and then you hold your check in your hand, it's just okay, walk to the bank. I think that's the easiest part.
That's the easiest part, right?
Yeah, everything else has been somewhat work.
It's so unreal. is so unreal when you go to that closing table, when you sell your renovation, and the closing attorney handles you a check for $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 profits, that you cannot believe that this is the result of 3, 4, 6 months worth of work that you did only using your brain, only using your smarts, only, taking massive action. Real, especially when it's your first check. Some people, they do a photocopy of that first check and they put it on the wall in their office, in their home office or their office, so they will never forget that first check that was going to be life changing. You see?
Changing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Life transformation.
Life transformation. That's what we try to bring out there, to our students. When they do their first flip and they cash that first check for $50,000 profit, $75,000 profit, $100,000 profit, it's life changing. And that's just one deal. Then they go to their second, their third, their fifth, their seventh deal, and it just grows exponentially. So yeah, so that is very, not only easy, but it's very satisfying as well, very fun.
Well, that's what I think. I think that at that moment, all the fears that you have, all the anxieties that you have, all the procrastinations that you have, all the fact that you beat all that will now propel you even more. Because now it's just an exercise to repeat.
Exactly.
But you know it already.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It
so
just
it's
gets
not
easier
that
and easier. It just gets easier and easier.
Exactly.
So the first one is challenging. The first flip is challenging, and you're gonna make mistakes. And I want you to make mistakes. I want you to fail, because by those failures and those mistakes is how you're gonna be able to absorb, learn from them, and avoid them the next time. Not only by me telling you. There are some times that I see something in the renovation of one of my students, and I tell them about it, because in this business, very unfortunate, because this business, you can make a lot of money the same way you can lose a lot of money. Every single mistake that we make,
a lot of money, yes,
it is going to cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's the nature of our business. Now, we learn from mistakes. I make mistakes in every single one of my projects. I learn new things, and I've been doing this for 10 years. And every time that I make mistakes, I learn from them, and I share those mistakes and results and solutions with my students so that they can avoid them as well. However,
exactly,
we are going to make mistakes. All of us. You're going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. And every single one of my students are going to make mistakes. So that's normal. That's fine. So what? Just move on, right?
Yeah. Correct and move on.
Correct and move on. Exactly. I actually, let me share with you right now. One of my latest renovation projects, one of my latest investment projects in Dedham, I ordered a dumpster that and I ordered the dumpster company to drop the dumpster on my driveway. I wasn't thinking, because I didn't know. So the weight of the dumpster itself, plus all the trash and debris that it was placed inside the dumpster, it damaged my driveway because of the weight. They never protected my driveway. So you know what happened? It cost me $7,000, Masunda, $7,000 to get it fixed. So that was $7,000 mistake, right? Do you want to know how is it that I internalize that? How is it that I see it? For me, I pay $7,000 to get educated, so it will not happen again.
Again, that's right.
So I pay $7,000 out of my pocket in order how to learn that and learn and avoid that mistake moving forward.
Again.
On.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how it is.
The next time, I'll order the dumpster company to drop the dumpster on the dirt where there is dirt in my on my lot, or I'll just have them park it outside on the street. And
exactly. Yeah.
You know, problem solved. Problem solved. So, what's your goal for 2022? What are Masunda Bundu's goals for 2022?
My first deal.
Your
2022.
Your first investment deal.
Yes. 2022.
Well, it's February 18 right
yes.
now. February 18 right now. So that means that I want you to get to your first renovation, to your first investment flip within the next 90 days. Don't forget, Masunda, that this is a numbers game. This is a numbers game. The more that you put out there, the more that you're going to get back to you. Okay? So in order for you to accomplish that goal, which is going to happen, trust me, it's going to happen, you just need to laser focus on that goal so that we together can make it happen.
I'm ready.
Are you on for it?
I am ready.
All right, so hit the run. Hit the road running right now. That's what you have to do. How long have you been in the program so far? How long?
5 months.
So we've been already 5 months, right? 5 months we've been in the program, Masunda. And how long is the program for?
I mean, actually 4 months something.
Yes. No, I think it's like a little bit over 4 months, right?
Yes.
Yes. So this is the time for we to get structured, laser focus on that first flip. Because you don't know if that lead is going to come next week or next month. You have to be super ready to pull that trigger and snatch it. All right, Chief?
Yes.
So far, I believe that we're moving forward. I believe that we're making progress in the coaching program. You know, I believe that you have been very dedicated. You have been dedicated. You have been focused on making this happen, not only for you, but for your family as well. Because I understand that you want to create that generational wealth in order to pass to your children and also grandchildren. So we're getting there, Masunda. That's for sure.
Yes. Let's work to get there quickly.
Yes. So to end the interview, which has been great, and again, I greatly appreciate the opportunity of this interview. I just don't want to extend it anymore because I know that you also have things to do. So to finalize, what would you say people watching this video, again, watching this interview about the coaching program, Homes2Flip Mentorship?
I think that I mentioned a little bit before, but Homes2Flip program is genuine. It is down to the bolts. It is not hard to follow. It is a process. What's that?
I hope not. I hope that I am not hard to follow, right?
It is not hard to follow. I think that our mentor does really care about your success, but you are the person who should care really about your own success. And I really encourage everyone to jump in if they have the opportunity to jump in, and stick to it. Be focused. Stay away from distractions of all kinds. Focus until your first deal. Because I believe that if people do their first deal, it's going to be an addiction after that. You can't take them off that. You know,
tell me about it.
Because at that time, all the things that you might have imagined impossible in your life, when you can resolve all the issues that are behind your why, I think that the high is greater than any high you had before. Because the position of helplessness and powerlessness in life is tantamount. It is, and this is the key to resolving that. For me, it is, and I believe that for many people, it also is. So I recommend, just to put it, simply in English, I recommend the program to everyone who's willing to learn and grow.
Thank you, Masunda. And you're part of that growth. You're part of that family of real estate investors that are learning right now, or that they have learned already and doing flippings here in Massachusetts. So thank you so much for that, for those words. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. And I appreciate the program, and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Masunda. I also feel the same about you as well.
Okay. Thank you.
So anyway, so let's finish this interview right now. I greatly appreciate everyone that has been watching this video, all the way through. And if you have any questions about joining our mentorship program, Homes2Flip Mentorship, you can always reach me at 857-574-0404. We also want to thank Masunda Bundu again for his time, and also for the honor and privilege of doing these interviews for us. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.